In the meantime, then, we can go racing from earlier today here at Pukekohe. The Formula Fords, Shane van Gisbergen, having clinched the championship yesterday and looking to come out and have some fun today. He was on pole position. Our commentators Jamie McCarthy and Shane Drake.
Last race for the New Zealand Formula Ford Championship of the season. Shane van Gisbergen starts from the pole alongside Michael Burdett, followed by McNeil, Crocker, Bamber and Daniel Gillison.
The fourth row of the grid, Nelson Hartley, Keely Pudney, and then it's Gardner and Hartley on row 5 and Buckseter and Gamble on row 6.
Row 7 is David Higgins and Ryan Bailey, followed by Innes, Ross, Kurt Pedersen and Grant Campbell.
Row 10 and it's James Mitchell and Dave Arrowsmith round out the field.
So after yesterday's races, we've crowned a new New Zealand Formula Ford champion, and that is Shane van Gisbergen, who starts off the pole for race 2 in the trade parts. Van Diemen Stealth. Lights go out and we're underway. It's a good even start off the front row. Van Gisbergen down the inside. Burdett trying to live there on the outside, down into Repco for the first time. Van Gisbergen, though, he's got it. No, Burdett with a great pass up the inside, slips by into placemakers and will hold the lead going down onto the back straight for the first time.
Well, he just did to Van Gisbergen what Van Gisbergen did to him yesterday. Great move. So early on in the weekend, you know, on the Sunday, fabulous field of Formula Fords here. And the new champion on your right-hand side of the screen comes down to the Holden hairpin. A little nose in front, maybe not. We're going to see what this man can do without any pressure on him.
Big battles further back. Yesterday's race winner, Earl Bamber, from grid position 5, started from 13 to take out the opening race win yesterday. Michael Burdett, 5 times New Zealand karting champion in the colours of wins. He's got Shane van Gisbergen looking down the inside, down onto the front straight, under the bridge.
Should be an easy pass. It's a spot where very easy to take position.
Longer race than yesterday. Van Gisbergen now leads on the second lap. Burdett tucked up right underneath the rear wishbones. Kim Crocker in the 3rd position after a spin yesterday. Up into the 4th position is Sam McNeil. Earl Bamber 5th. Daniel Gillison in 6th.
The big toe comes into force down here on the GT radial straight. Burdett actually goes up the middle. Wonder whether Van Gisbergen's playing a little game. No, he's got enough power, but look just in the background there with Earl Bamber trying to get his way through, locking up with the brakes as they come into Holden hairpin. Such a tradition of Formula Ford.
Kim Crocker in the 3rd position, side by side for 4th. They're still side by side. McNeil and Earl Bamber. Bamber with the inside run up over the top of Ford Mountain and down to the line. It is Michael Burdett side by side with Shane van Gisbergen, Kim Crocker, Sam McNeil and Earl Bamber. Look at this battle out front, sideways through the placemakers. This is Burdett back up the inside. This is close, and Van Gisbergen runs wide and spins.
Makes a mistake.
He ran wide through placemakers and spins to the tail of the field. So the new champion, he had nothing to lose, nothing on this race because he has already tied up the championship, but has proved that he is human after all.
Well, you know, he was trying to give Burdett some room, and, you know, which was a very nice gesture, but it ended up backfiring on him. So they all clamber into Holden hairpin. I think very tight up there. Gamble going around the outside of someone there.
That's the 12 of Russell Hartley. So Michael Burdett is your race leader. Coming up to the end of lap number 2 onto lap number 3.
It's a fine move by Burdett down there in the placemakers S's onto the back straight. And this other crowd of cars are closing in on Burdett. Time down to 0.4 of a second. Things very, very close.
Kim Crocker and Sam McNeil having a fantastic battle for now. 3rd and 4th, Daniel Gillison having his best run. Here is the replay of this incident. Burdett and Shane van Gisbergen crossing over through the placemakers S's. There's Burdett down the inside. Van Gisbergen on the outside just got out into the marbles and over the edge of the track and spun up the trade parts number 97.
a whole lot of cars in the battle back, but I just wonder whether or not Van Gisbergen actually done some damage. That curve onto that back straight is extremely big in one of these cars. And here's Bamber taking the lead from Burdett as they head down the under the GT Radials bridge. Burdett on the right of your screen, Bamber on the left in the power-built car.
These two youngsters, just 15 and 16 years of age, Bamber sideways through the Placemakers S's. These two have done a lot of kart racing together. They've both traded New Zealand championships in the last 3 or 4 years. They've raced through the junior ranks, and it is all on, continuing the battle with the lead for the New Zealand Formula Ford Championship finale here at the Placemakers V8 Supercar round.
I was about to say, they look very similar front on, as their next shot will show. You almost can't tell the difference between the guys until you see the side of the car. White helmets, and here they come into a braking duel. Burdett on your right. Bamber makes it very difficult for you to get round, going the outside, and he gets a little bit of a run here on him. Still going to make it hard to go around the furthest part of the track, and he cuts back to the inside, looking every which way.
Classic Formula Ford racing. Earl Bamber will lead up over the hill. Problems here in the pits for the 35 car of James Mitchell from Christchurch. Might even be a drive-through possibly as they go across the line.
Lap 6 of the Formula Ford. As we head down the back straight, Nelson Hartley in the green car there behind Kim Crocker. Bamber and Burdett got a bit of a 3-second lead from McNeil. Then Crocker, bit of rain showing on the television camera as Bamber and Burdett battle into the hairpin again.
You can just see Bamber just moving him up the track under the brakes down there in the Holden hairpin. Big gap back to third. Michael Burdett doing a great job, and they are all over each other through the S's.
This Burdett's got some speed in some different areas of the track, and it concerns me where he's got it, because you can sort of see something starting to happen. Don't want to put the curse on it. Here's Burdett down the outside of him. Not going to make that.
Oh boy, that is so close. Lap 7 of 15. Earl Bamber leads, Michael Burdett second, Sam McNeil third, and 3.5 seconds back ahead of Nelson Hartley and Kim Crocker. Fastest lap of the race, Earl Bamber with a 102.5 second lap as they head down the back straight on lap number 7.
Well, if you wonder where Shane Van Gisbergen is in this fight, as these two duel into the Holden hairpin. Oh, Burdett gets a little, maybe got a bit of a bang from a wheel. Won't take him long to catch that back up. Van Gisbergen is way back in 14th, and he's actually got a very similar lap time to Bamber, so he's going to be trying to chop his way through. Got enough laps left in hand to do it, but probably not to catch these other guys. However, in saying that, we saw him at the first round, and he was sensational from way back in the field.
This is the battle for third. Nelson Hartley now into the third position. Sam McNeil fourth, Kim Crocker fifth, Kelly Pudney sixth. The lead is 3.5 seconds, over 3.5 seconds now up the road. 3.9 seconds as they head down onto the GT Radial straight. Lap 8 of 15, just over the halfway mark. And how much time has Shane Van Gisbergen got? And now the 13th position to try and get back up to the head of the field. Here's McNeil with the draft on Hartley down the back straight.
Battle of the Manawatu boys. So they come screaming down to the Holden hairpin. Around about 219 kilometres now. Simon Gamble slips up the inside of Dave Arrowsmith and spins the DeWalt number 3. Simon Gamble having a shocker of a weekend here at Pukekohe.
And that was in that battle for 6th, 7th and 8th. The 12 of Russell Hartley involved in that battle as well. Shane Van Gisbergen making further spots up. Here is the New Zealand Formula 4 champion up in behind Ryan Bailey.
This is
on screen at the moment. We've got Nelson Hartley and Sam McNeil still in that battle for third and fourth, and a big group of cars just in behind. You can see the leaders disappearing up the straight. Nelson Hartley been very, very busy this year. He's raced Formula 4, done a little bit of Toyota Racing Series, raced a midget at Western Springs, and he's also done some testing in the US, looking for another young Kiwi looking for a drive up in America this summer.
He's been battling long enough as they duel into Holden Hampton. Hartley's car on the left there, swaying as it dives down under brakes. Great feeling getting these cars down. There's Van Gisbergen do the same thing. Getting them sideways under brakes is a great feeling. So light and nimble. One Sport replay will show Hartley, and here's poor old Simon Gamble, just touches the back there of another car, but gets out of the way.
Here's another look at this from front on. Gamble down the inside of Keely Pudney. Just locks up the brakes and up over the curbs and spins the DeWalt number 3.
Back in the pack here with Nelson Hartley and Sam McNeil. Some great battles within battles. This is lap 10 of 15, and here's Burdett on Bamber again, caught the deficit back up.
Yeah, just a tenth of a second in it, and there's probably even less than that now. And Michael Burdett has now set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:02.4, the first driver into the 4s. Kim Crocker there with Keely Pudney, Russell Hartley in behind.
It's not surprising that Burdett has put that time up trying to chase Bamber down again, and maybe just got a bit of a tow. Back on your screen now with Hartley. Burdett looks like he takes the lead. Yes, it is.
So on lap number 11, it is Michael Burdett now leading from Earl Bamber, Nelson Hartley, Sam McNeil, Kim Crocker in 5th, Keely Pudney in 6th.
Bamber now heading down the GT Radial straight underneath these guys, having a bit of fun by the look of it. Certainly don't, I mean, they would know that from their lap boards, which are shown as they pass the start-finish straight, that there is around about 4 laps left. More spots of rain there on the camera, but they're making it very easy for themselves.
Some great battles further back here, and that now battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. All nose to tail. Nelson Hartley, Sam McNeil, Kim Crocker, Keely Pudney and Russell Hartley. Good comeback for Russell Hartley after getting tied up in that first lap incident yesterday. Race 1 for the New Zealand Formula Fords. Side-by-side battle for the lead. Down over the line onto lap number 11. It is still Michael Burdett with the lead. Final race of the weekend for the New Zealand Formula Ford Championship and also for the summer, and it's been a fantastic series. Tactics-wise, Shane, where would you want to be going into the last lap on lap number 15 of this race?
Well, if I was Earl Bamber and the Paddock car, I'd want to be where he is now. But, you know, a lot can happen. All you've got to do is try and program yourself to not lead the last lap so you can do what Bamber's trying to do now, but you have to ensure that you can do it. Sometimes these guys try, you've got to get it perfectly right. You've got to have the drive out of the corner onto the back straight. Then you've got to be able to get in the toe. So, you know, we'll wait and see. I mean, he's got to know whether he's got the power to do that as well.
Lap number 11, fantastic battle out in front. Earl Bamber down the inside of Burdett, back into the lead. They've been trading the lead all through the race, and a huge battle behind them. 6 seconds down. Nelson Hartley, Sam McNeil, Kim Crocker, Keely Pudney and Russell Hartley having a fantastic battle from 3rd all the way through to 7th. Shane Van Gisbergen, now the fastest car on track with a 1:02.2 second lap.
Well, he's not on our screen, but he's only just behind this group of cars. Certainly wouldn't want that incident to have happened in yesterday's first race, which tied the championship, because you know, he would not have had enough points to come into this race and hold on to that trophy before the start. Back up front here, Bamber is actually back in front. Only a couple of laps to go. Here's this group for 3rd position. Very tight, and you may see some 3 to 4 wide action coming into Holden Hampton.
Yeah, I think it's going to be all on at the end of the race. 3 more laps to go there on lap number 13. Van Gisbergen reeling in Hugh Gardner in 8th position. and Van Gisbergen still the fastest driver on in the race, and he's just dropped into the 101, a 101.9 for Shane Van Gisbergen, and that is a clear 3, 4, 5 tenths ahead of Michael Burdett's quickest lap of the race. So Van Gisbergen is flying back there in the 8th position as he's just gone past Hugh Gardner. But look at this battle for third. It is on.
Well, Van Gisbergen is right behind these other guys as Burdett has another go at Bamber. And if these guys are smart and, you know, they haven't been in this game for a long time, they'll be really thinking about what they can and can't do. Here's the battle for third. That's Hartley in the green car on the inside.
Yeah, Crocker had a look around the outside, but just opened the door up the inside for Sam McNeil, who couldn't take the opportunity to get by. And Shane Van Gisbergen is under a second behind this battle, and maybe looking good for a top 6 if he can tow himself onto the back of this group as they come up over the hill.
Well, Van Gisbergen is not short of any power, so going to be interesting to see him down the back straight. This is the last lap as Burdett gets a little bit sideways through the pacemaker races. He's got to get the run on the back straight. Not sure whether that's quite good enough. Same with Van Gisbergen. He's going to have a bit of a nose. That could have affected his run. No, he's still going to make that pass stick.
Yeah, Hartley saw him coming and just ran a little bit wide off the exit and gets down the inside for the 7th position. So what a comeback from the New Zealand Formula 4 champion. The battle up front, Earl Bamber on the inside, Burdett trying to go around the outside, and I think Bamber just in the last few laps looks like he's got the better setup, because I don't think Burdett is going to get by, but he may just look for a sneaky inside run down to the line. This big battle further back.
What a fantastic race. And here comes Burdett. I don't know whether he can do much. Trying to get the good. This is his last chance. Down the straight. He pulls out of the slipstream. He could do it.
Down the inside. No. Bamber. Bamber on the line. Battle for third. Down to the line. It is going to be Nelson Hartley.
And McNeil on the grass. Bamber wins by 17 one-thousandths of a second.
What a race. Shane Van Gisbergen across the line in 7th.
Well, here's a replay of Burdett coming down on the left-hand side of your screen, down the inside. Bamber had his arm up a little bit too early in my mind.
Oh, there was just nothing in that. What a race. And look at this battle for third down to the line. Nelson Hartley.
And this is McNeil on the outside, on the grass.
So Earl Bamber taking out the clean sweep for the weekend, and that may be enough to put him up to 4th overall in the championship behind Shane Van Gisbergen, Nelson Hartley and Sam McNeil.
What a brilliant contest that was for the final Formula Ford race of the season, taken out by Earl Bamber ahead of Michael Burdett. Bamber winning both races here this weekend. Burdett has looked strong as well. Nelson Hartley, Kim Crocker and Sam McNeil taking out the top 5 places. Let's get some after-race reaction. First from race winner, Earl Bamber.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic weekend. We didn't get off to the best of starts with a little bit of a problem in qualifying, but 2 from 2, can't get much better than that.
Well, you had a point to prove, obviously, with Shane winning the championship. You just wanted to go out and do your best around this course.
Yeah, well, we didn't have anything to lose, so we just gave it a all this weekend, and it's paid off for us. So, yeah, Shane had an unfortunate spin in the last race, but, yeah, we'll take it.
I know you've competed at Pukekohe before, but not in front of 80,000 fans. How's it feel?
It feels great. Especially in front of so many people. It's pretty amazing to win as well. Perfect.
I can imagine it's going to be a sweet trip back to Wanganui, where I think you might be the prince of that township.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, you know, we wrapped up the title yesterday and, you know, out and have a good race clean this morning, and, you know, I had a bit of a spin when Michael shoved it up the inside, but, you know, it was a clean move and didn't seem till the last minute and spun it up on the curb, but, you know.
Talk to me about your attitude for today's race. I guess you had nothing to lose but to try and go out and win like you have all year.
Yeah, I had nothing to prove, but, you know, so just out there, have fun and have a good clean race, and, you know, I ended up coming back through the field, and I think I set probably a lap record, I think, so pretty happy with that.
Fantastic breeding ground is the Formula Ford. We know Craig Baird won it in 1988. Be great to follow in his footsteps.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, it's a great class. A lot of up and comers, you know, driving this class. So yeah, it's good.
16 years of age. Where's your future? Where to now for Shane Van Gisbergen?
Yeah, well, I don't know. We're sort of maybe in New Zealand V8 or a Toyota Racing Series. We're going to see what happens. Yeah.
Is there a driver that's inspired you more than any others over the years?
No, not really. There's a whole lots of good drivers. You know, drivers that have come from nothing, come up through the ranks and made it really. So.
Have you got to go to school tomorrow?
Yeah, no, it's school holidays, but, you know.
What a relief. Are you allowed to have a drink tonight?
One or two. Yeah.
Well, he'll enjoy his school holidays, that's for sure. Shane van Gisbergen, as we confirm the championship points, finishing the season on 1,337 points. Nelson Hartley second, and Sam McNeil taking out third place. Earl Bamber fourth with his 2 wins at Pukekohe. And this is the moment that makes all the hard work worthwhile. The reward for Shane van Gisbergen, Formula Ford champion for the 2005-06 season.